show. We got knowledge, we got humor, we got stories but no rumors. Vino, Romo, Chris, Toney, Kevin, and special guests like Eddie, Vet, Isaiah, and the rest. Many more to come. Are you ready for the best? Sit back, relax, and enjoy what comes next.
Yo!
I don't see this one out.
Alright, what's up, y'all?
Sit it up. Hey, yo, what's up?
What's up?
It's just the guys say, just the fellas.
It is.
We're about to dock.
About to, whoa.
About to
wow.
What? I mean, we're going to talk about decks.
Decks.
Bolts.
Speaking of decks.
Bolts and hoes.
Pokemon.
I want to give a shout out real quick to one of my boys on the game. His name is Damien.
Sorry.
So, he recently, I know this is a completely random fact, but he told me, I think 75% of men are more loyal to their barbers than to their partners.
Sorry, man.
Let me grab
I'm trying to
Some
have
men
good quality audio, and these guys don't care about
Some
it.
men
It's
are
going to fuck
more
up your
loyal
story, but...
to their barbers. Is that what you said?
Yeah, 75% of men are more loyal to their barbers than their actual partners.
Of course, my barber actually does what I
He's
want.
one of them. He's one of them.
When my partner,
He'll cheat on his fucking partner.
my barber gives me the service when I want it, exactly the same way I want it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, really?
There's a consistency.
But does he suck your dick?
Whoa,
But-
he has a female barber, so luckily.
Not just that.
Oh, shit.
Not just
And
that.
that's assuming your girlfriend sucks your dick.
Hold
right?
on. Not just that. A barber, you have to pay them for the service.
You got to pay your girlfriend.
I mean, yeah,
Time.
but
in
like,
other ways, yeah.
but
Dates, food,
yeah, but like
clothes.
a barber, you just pay for a service. You know what
I'm
I'm saying?
gonna-
It's basically a prostitute.
I'm gonna be real though.
Whoa.
But look, check this out. Check this out. You pay, but I can't tell you how many times I've had a conversation with my barber over the course of maybe 45 minutes, and it's like the best conversation I had that month. Like no, I've had girlfriends. I've been married. I have not had someone enlighten me or made me be like, damn, that's true, more than my barber.
But that's a special barber. Not every barber's gonna be like.
I mean, of
smart and
course,
shit.
he's right.
Give you life lessons.
That's
and
why
stuff.
I definitely yes, I would
I've had
definitely.
barbers be like.
We also
"Fuck
gotta
that
look
bitch,
into this fact. How long you known your girl versus how long you known your barber? You probably know your barber longer than you know your girl, right?
You know, the funny thing is, I got married the same year that I got with my barber. So it was the same thing, and now my barber's obviously ahead because
I'm trying to help you out, buddy. You're not making this fact anymore. This is making men look bad.
I ride for my barber,
No,
bro.
but it wasn't his choice though.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't his choice.
I ride. For
He
my
didn't cheat on
barber.
his. He didn't cheat on his girl.
Right.
I ride for my barber.
Interesting. How's her hands doing after the accident?
Oh yeah, she's good. She's good now. Glory to God. Hey,
Got
and
that flick of the wrist.
so check this out. And because of the accident, not only did the insurance pay for her car, but it's paying for other things too. So it's almost like it was a blessing in disguise. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, he takes a sweet good yak.
Hey, if we ever do blow up, we don't have to take off all this drink sipping, no? Cause you know, isn't that the thing you can't really show people drinking alcohol?
I haven't got any flags on it.
No, bro, because we're not sponsored, we're not big yet. You know, I said
It depends.
if we ever blow
Because
up.
what if we get sponsored by alcoholic beverages? We'll be like Shane Gillis getting Bud Light.
Fuck, then we gotta
advertising.
keep drinking.
We'll be like, full, what's up?
Gotta keep
You can put water in
You don't
yours.
have to. You just put it right here.
Yeah,
Basically
technically,
just
yeah.
water. You don't have
Technically,
to
yeah.
drink it though.
Clear liquors, what's up?
I mean,
Nah,
but
it's
it's
about
right
that
there. I
brown.
might want to drink it.
Oh, we got our drinker here now.
Is that a guilty pleasure, gentlemen?
Oh,
Drinking?
Well,
For me, it is.
shit.
guilty pleasure?
And
I'm trying to, I guess, well, what do you guys say? Would you say drinking is a guilty pleasure of yours? Would you say that? What's the difference between a guilty pleasure and a habit?
Okay, like,
you don't even enjoy the habit anymore.
yeah, like
You
it's
just gotta
just.
keep doing it.
Okay,
So I enjoy drinking.
But
It's a
could-
guilty pleasure.
but if you take it to a certain level, won't it become
But
a
not
bad-
me, though.
No, I'm just saying. If,
Some people, yeah.
Yes,
but
yes,
we're talking
yes.
about, in my opinion, it's a guilty pleasure for me. Because I can control it. I can just drink.
Here's the definition.
Of what?
Guilty pleasure.
Here we go.
Something such as a movie, television program, or piece of music that one enjoys despite feeling that it is not generally held
Wait,
in
wait.
high regard.
All right,
It's
he
not
finished.
generally held in
High
high regard.
So I think.
What's the source of that, sir? Is that Webster?
Good, Google?
Yes.
Google AI?
I got one.
Let's get
And I
Webster's.
think I got one that you would agree on. Wrestling.
So we're done with mine?
No. But I'm just saying I think that would count because let's be honest. Most people probably like drinking. No.
That's a big generalization. I have no idea. It's probably like half the
So
population.
guilty pleasure is like what? A
half.
solo thing? Like some.
If we line up 10 average people,
Is this solo thing?
what?
Like something like only you.
It's something
or like.
You do by yourself usually.
You,
'Cause you feel guilty about
I
it.
guess it
Yeah.
depends because they're social
it's
drinkers.
something you enjoy, but if somebody found out, they would guilt you for it.
you know what?
Oh.
I got
They would
one for
judge
that,
you,
but I'm
embarrass
who's
or
going
judge you
first?
for it.
He's still
not
talking.
me.
He's still
Nah, let's go. What'd you say? With wrestling?
Yeah, I mean, I think wrestling would count. You know, like I like
Yeah, I
to
get
watch
my ass
wrestling
about
because
that.
it's not like everybody's into it. It's a niche thing. You know,
A
what
lot
I'm
of people
saying?
do say like, you watch wrestling.
Yeah.
They have that face expression.
Yeah. That's how it would be. You know what I'm saying? So I think I think wrestling would count for me. It's one of my guilty pleasures. You know, like
Speaking of
Go ahead, fam.
promoting new podcast I'm producing, Cody and Vino's Wrestling Podcast. Episode 4 coming soon.
Y'all still watch wrestling? Ugh.
I do not, but I produced the podcast and I'm pretty proud of it.
I'm just kidding. I like it too. I like it too.
you got a guilty
You
pleasure.
like wrestling?
Me? Yeah. Hell yeah.
You just started getting into it.
I mean, I used to watch it as a kid and I loved it.
You're a newbie?
And I
Oh.
just dropped it like around 2010, I think.
Does everybody do that? Like everybody it's kind of like when you're young, you go to church, and then you become a teenager, like I'm too cool for church, and then you get older, and you come back to God.
Yeah. Yeah,
Is that
that's
like
kind of how
wrestling?
it was for me. Like, I didn't start getting back into it till like, what, last
Damn.
year? Or
That's
We
like
gotta
everything.
talk about that.
Pokemon.
I don't know what that
Because
was.
I left it, and then I come back.
Yep.
That's,
Be like that.
That's a future topic right there.
What's
Which one? Mark it down.
Nah, what he just said.
What did he just say? He said a lot.
Like, coming back to God.
coming like I don't know what you would name that topic, but it's a cool topic to talk about.
something you
We'll figure
like.
out a name for it.
Yeah.
We'll figure out a name.
Anyways,
Me, I like playing Rocket League, man. That's a guilty pleasure of mine. I don't
Is that
care.
the soccer with
Soccer
the-
car game?
Yeah.
My little brother, he's 23, and I told him about that. I said, I got a homie that loves Rocket League. He goes, oh yeah, I used to play that when I was like 19.
Bro.
yeah.
A lot, and it's funny how a lot of people shame that game, but I'm like, man, if you like soccer, you like cars, man. That's like the game for
Best
you.
thing
they
ever.
shame it because they suck at it.
Yeah, they suck at it. Not just that, like,
Ooh, I bet if I told him that, he'd be like, nah, come on, run it.
Like,
Come
bro,
on, let's
they're-
run it
Well,
up.
he probably wore his time, like he's bored of it already.
Yeah.
the
No,
predictions you have to do in that game have to be damn near almost perfect. If not, you're
Literally.
fucking up and you get scored.
Literally.
And you get a scored on.
Do you think if we had to do some Hunger Games, like Squid Game type shit, you'd be able to do that in real life since you have those skills? Because I think GTA taught me some driving skills.
That's not a game yet.
What's that?
The Hunger Games? That's not a video game yet.
Probably was.
They probably had one on PlayStation 2.
Bro,
that
what?
was-
Yeah.
They making anything a video game these
Yeah, you
days.
can make anything.
Yeah, that's true.
It was probably, especially the first one probably came back in the time when it was like Xbox.
Speaking of which, that's something that used to be a guilty pleasure, but now it's not because now it's universally accepted. Like video games. Like when I was younger and I played video games, people were like, "Oh, you like games, huh?" Like, yeah, like it was weird. Now, if you don't play video games, it's almost like you're like, "Oh, this guy here, he's not in the loop."
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Well, cause earlier we were talking about e-girls. E-girls were like into video games and shit. And,
Well,
you know what I don't get? The Twitch streaming, or is it Twitch?
The Twitch.
When like hot chicks play video games and guys pay to watch her play video games.
What? This happens?
This
This
is
is
the
like,
funkiest.
this has been
Like,
like a
but
thing since
those,
like
I mean, anybody can send money and shit. Like, it's like,
Right.
but that's probably the reason why they be watching them though. Like,
Yeah,
just because
yeah.
it's a pretty good. And you
But
just,
there are some people that are just good at it, and you watch it
Yeah.
because they're like, "Oh, this dude's a fucking beast. Like,
Yeah.
he deserves, you know."
I watch some YouTubers, but only
That play
because
games?
they're good, and not girls usually. Like,
Well, you're trying to say girls aren't good at
no,
video
no,
games?
no.
Fuck no.
Some of them are good, really good.
Right.
But it's just
not
like
the ones that stream.
yeah.
Hey, bleep that
I mean,
too.
I don't really watch streamers. I just watch certain YouTubers, and I watch them because they're good. Like I like watching things that I've never seen be done in my eyes. You know, like there's certain things that you like see them doing. You're like, holy shit, I did not think of that. Like, how the hell do you think of this so fast too? Like the reaction of.
Well, this is the type of people that grow up on it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I would want to be there, right? It looks fun to do. You know, eventually you can add it to your skills, and you're like, oh, this works out.
You know.
I have to move the mic away from him because that
That's why I
chair's
told
so
him
squeaky,
earlier. I said, put
and
it
that
up.
clicking and clacking. he's
That's why I
still
said, put it up.
No, you can use it, but I just feel like
No, I'm good.
you're so noisy.
That's why I
the
said,
chair's
put
so
it right
squeaky.
here. Then it's
Perfect.
Maybe I'm just big bag.
Nah, you good, bro. Are you
No,
farting?
that chair is squeaky.
It is squeaky.
It's
You gotta throw it out the window. All right, go
Is
ahead.
that what you were gonna say?
That's all I was.
Another thing that I feel like hit that it was cool then it wasn't, or it wasn't cool then it was cool and it wasn't now is porn. Like I feel like when I was coming up,
No fat.
like when I was coming up, porn, because it was so hard to access, it wasn't yet at the palm of your hands. It was kind of like, oh, you watch porn, huh? And then it became mainstream. You know, Pornhub got popular. You know, all them websites, everybody. And now you hear about some people like, yeah, man, that's bad for me. I'm addicted, and I know I gotta give it. Like, there's so many times I come across on YouTube videos, and you know, people will send me shorts that like so many people now are like trying to get away from that, and they're ashamed of it more. And plus, there's a lot of podcasts where like Pornhub gets exposed, you know, all that stuff that's going on there and behind the scenes.
We know what he watches on YouTube.
Yeah.
But
So I feel like it went from not being that much of a it was a guilty pleasure. Then most people were like, oh no, I'm into it now. Porn became mainstream, and now it's back into like oh yeah, that's not great. You know what I'm saying?
So you're thinking that when something was a guilty pleasure at one point, it's because it was hard to access. But now when it gets easy to access, it becomes more of a bad habit.
No, yeah.
or that people they don't feel guilty.
I feel like maybe as a whole society, we hit that point where like when I was a kid, when I got into porn, you can probably relate because you're my age. You were watching it on regular, you know, everyone was like, "This is great." We would talk about videos, porn stars that we saw, and then as a society, we also hit what?
I just say, yeah, you like did this shit too.
Because he's my age. Because
You know,
I've never watched porn in my life.
You're the type to get found in hide and seek and then go say, "Hey, he found this, bro. He found this, bro. Get up, bro."
And they got it.
but I also feel like once again, as a society, we hit this point where everybody's watching porn. We talked about it. We're like, "Yeah, bro, watch this chick. Oh, you see that chick?" And then as a society, we also hit a point where we're like, "Hey, bro, this probably isn't good for you, bro."
I think you're generalizing a lot because it's also become more normal. I think it's a split because there's people that are doing OnlyFans and they feel like, oh, it's almost like a two-sided thing in a way. Like there's half the world that's like, nah, this is fucked up, and then there's half the world that's like, this is their right. This is their liberation. This is freedom of expression. There's this and that. And there's a lot of people arguing for that. Now, in our circle and what your algorithm shows you is not that. It's showing that most people are against it because our algorithm is designed to feed us what we like to see.
I can see that.
But
I do see that opposite.
Right. So, and I don't know. I think it just depends on
Yeah, like if you're a guy that clicks on those clickbait videos with chicks and stuff, you're gonna get nothing but stuff telling you like why you should masturbate. Probably, you know what I'm saying? Like,
or just be girls be like, oh, you got No Nut November?
Yeah.
You sure you want to do that?
Yeah.
It's like,
I've never seen, but I can see that.
The No Nut November memes are funny. They're funny.
I remember the no fap. It was like I've gone 3 months of no fap and I can like walk through a wall or some shit. You know?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Anyways, now adding on to the whole porn thing, I remember in my days, if anybody found you were watching porn, a lot of people would shame you. So
what's your days like? How?
Middle school. I was thinking middle school.
Well, he's 6 years younger than us, so like maybe a little less than a
So
generation.
what year is that? What year? 2005.
We were probably about out of school.
2007, 2006,
Yeah.
8. I mean,
Okay.
We just graduated high school.
Yeah.
yeah. So
It was still okay for us.
Cause
In
07,
07, 08, because we were 19,
'Cause-
20.
but 07, 08 is also when the iPhones first came out. So I think that's what really
Made it even easier.
Yes.
So-
yes.
We were still like, I remember like it was like 2010, but that's because I had a girlfriend at the time, and we would download it was like satellite, and you would buy the movies and shit. It was like $7 to watch a damn movie, and they have all these titles and shit. It was crazy.
Like porn movies?
Yeah. Like you could just order them like on demand type.
Fucking-
Damn.
It was on demand. I
Would
think
you-
was
would you-
what
would
it
it
was.
still
go
is
ham?
now.
Would
It
you-
still
would-
is now.
Oh, they still have it like that.
Yeah, because I mean I have cable and like
Right there.
I look for like sports channels, right?
Yeah, sure.
And in order to get to the sports channel, sometimes you
Sex.
go through that section and it's
Sex.
sex brazzers, Pornhub, all that shit. I'm like, oh my
wow,
god.
they came up because it used to just be whack softcore.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
sure they got
no,
the hardcore
Yeah,
now.
they got the hardcore stuff now and stuff. I'm like, man. Anyways, adding on to that though, like I remember. So going back to my story, which I've already told. I got suspended for taking porn to school.
Oh
Right?
yeah, I remember you told us that.
The reason why I took that magazine to school is because I was trying to be cool with some homies, and then I was like, yeah, they gonna love this shit. So I decided to show them. So then, fucking teacher comes, and I know they see him coming, and they don't even bother to look up like to see when he comes.
They were
like,
so hypnotized.
Yeah, they
Oh,
were
that
just
type
so-
of company.
They were so hypnotized.
Like,
I was like, they see
Like
him
everybody
coming.
was coming. And
Like,
hey,
they
yeah.
just did not look up. They were so hypnotized by the shit. So then once he was right there, like, what y'all doing over here? The homie that does that, he's like, he throws a fucking magazine where like possibly the teacher couldn't see it, but come on, man. The teacher could fucking see that shit.
I'm not gonna lie, I would have walked away, Kevin. I don't know why you stayed.
I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have.
As soon as I see that teacher, I was like, oh shit.
You think they would have snitched out?
Huh?
Probably.
Middle school
Well,
kids.
no, they did. No, they
Survival.
did. They
Oh,
did snitch.
immediately?
They were like, the teacher was like,
I was like, nah, I didn't bring that. It was you saw who was holding it, right? So it's,
Yeah.
I wasn't a
Privacy.
slick thinker back then. I was a fucking idiot.
I would have got away with that. I'm like, bro, yeah, I don't know why he was holding
I
that
don't even
shit.
fucking know this guy.
So where'd you get it from? Where'd you get the magazine? Do you remember or no?
Where did you get that?
It's statute of limitations, so if
So-
you stole it, it's okay by them.
I found it. I forgot where I found it.
Where?
In the woods?
In your dad's dresser?
Nah.
Was it you that said you found porn in like an alley or trash or something? Someone, maybe it was maybe in the podcast I heard.
I can't remember where I found it.
Huh?
Someone said that the first time they found porn was like they were just walking home from school and like in an alley, like it was like right there, and they're like, oh, that was it. That was the start of my addiction, you know. Like it literally like it was like just here.
That was neither one of us, sir.
No. I must have been to another podcast.
Did y'all ever get to see those Girls Gone Wild infomercials?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, I remember as a kid, I was like fucking
That's those bad.
7 or 8
Warning.
years old.
I
and
always
I'm like,
started warning.
yeah.
Turn it down real
Bro,
quick.
my cousin, when he come from Mexico, you know, he obviously, you know, we'd be up late, and he would know, he'd be like, warning, he'd be like, hey, bro, let's go, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
The Jamaican.
I was like 7 years old when I was here. So I'm like,
Yeah, they were really young. When
I'm
they
like,
were okay, but
why is this turning me on as a kid? Now that I think about it, right? I'm like, why did that turn me on as a kid? How did I know? Anyways, so yeah, besides all that, getting caught, right, I got suspended. And when I came back, everybody was calling me a pervert, shaming the shit out of my ass. I was like,
what did your parents say?
my mom was pretty mad, disappointed.
She called you a pervert.
Cochino.
My dad, I don't remember him saying much. So in a way, I feel like in his head, he was probably like, yeah, at least my son's not, you know.
Yeah, gay.
I think it's normal.
He likes
Yeah.
booty, like
Yeah.
female booty.
I
I,
feel
like
I feel like my dad, because I don't remember him saying anything.
I was just wondering, but now I know. All right, I'm good. I'm good. We're good. How's that, bullet?
He's like, let that have been gay porn in that magazine.
He might have beat the shit out of you. I'm about to
See,
beat the
yeah.
gay out of you, boy.
Like, even teachers shamed my ass. I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
The
yeah.
fact that even teachers did that, I was
You know,
like,
I would have said if I was you, hypocrites, all of you.
yes, look at them now, bro. I'm like,
You're
man,
hypocrites, all
fuck
of you.
y'all. I did that shit
Oh,
when
y'all watch
nobody
porn,
was
especially
doing it.
y'all teachers, bro. I know y'all watch porn, bro.
I would have been like, I know that shit sitting in the principal's drawer right now. So
Yeah.
y'all don't even.
No,
Right.
hey, I'm not gonna shame you, but you ain't gonna shame me either.
That's right.
Mhm. That's all I'm
Can't
like, man.
repress my sexual freedom.
That was a little ego thing I did too. I was like, man, I did it back in the days when nobody was doing it. Now everybody's doing it. That's
Magazines were never like cool. Like I think in our lifetime because
80s,
we already
80s,
had.
80s.
Yeah, but I still bought them. And one time my dad found them. He's like, bro, you can't keep these magazines here.
He wouldn't get mad at you?
Nah, he said get rid of them, and then I didn't. And then
How old
so
were
one
you?
time he threw them away.
How old were you? You don't have to say. I guess you don't want to.
This was like last week. No,
I'm a grown ass man. I do what I want,
I
Dad.
can do whatever the hell I want.
I don't know, maybe like 19 or something like
Okay,
that.
okay.
Like old enough to buy it.
Yeah, for sure. So you want to do nothing too? I guess it's
Right,
like,
but
well, he
just
can.
like- yeah.
Yeah, it's not like okay, nah, I feel you. I would also.
They don't even sell them no more. Like I couldn't. I mean, not that I was looking for them recently, but they don't make magazines like that.
You know, when I go pay for gas, I don't see him, and I don't see that little, you know.
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. One of my homies had like one of those old calendars, like with like naked girls on it.
Bro,
and shit.
yeah, I remember.
I ain't
that.
gonna lie, I'm just like, damn,
Bro, I was a little bitch, bro. Let me tell you what happened with me. So one time my mom was dating this mechanic, like he owned a shop, and his kid worked there. His kid and his homie, right? And one time they closed up shop, and the homie and the kid and the homie the son the father's son and his friend were like, hey, come here, little dude. I was probably like 8, maybe 10 years old, and they come over and they open up the drawer, and then they bust out the calendar with the naked chicks, and they're like, check it out, bro. You know what I went and did?
You want to go cry?
I went to go snitch
Oh shit.
Good
To
job,
who?
bro.
To
Good
who?
job.
To who?
to my mom.
To HR.
To my mom.
To HR.
And obviously my mom told, you know, she didn't
Sexual
like that, so
assaulting.
she told the dad, and he's like, hey, what the hell y'all doing? You know what I'm saying?
So who? It wasn't the dad that showed it to you?
No, it was his son. His son and his friend.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
The dad wouldn't have put up with that.
Was it like Pamela Anderson type chick?
Yes, yeah. You know how it is.
Swimsuit
You
model
know
back
how
in the
it
day,
is.
Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, but it was naked.
So
It was naked.
so why did you tell your mom? Like, what made you want to snitch?
I'm telling you what it is. The guilt of it.
The guilt.
The guilt. I knew that like I should have been looking at it, and I was a little, I was a little. Like I said, I saw it.
Hey, you were still pure.
Yeah, I guess you could
take
say.
it
Yeah,
innocent.
I
Like,
guess
this
you could
isn't
say.
right.
I told my mom, this isn't
innocent.
right. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Like I remember one time, bro. I don't know why I'm telling the story. You could interrupt me.
No, go ahead.
So one time when I was out swimming with other people, right? And this girl, like, she was straight. I was like maybe 10 years old, maybe 11, right? So I was swimming. We were swimming in the pool, and like back then I still could now. I could have my eyes underwater. I was a really good swimmer. I was taught how to swim when I was really young. So I would go under the water, look around and stuff. And this girl, like, she knew I could do that. This girl flashed me like her coochie under in the pool, like she dove underwater and she was like, "Hey, look at this!" And I went down there and then she flashed me the coochie. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
What do you think I did? I
Oh.
told my mom.
Oh no.
How old was this girl, bro?
She's probably like maybe 9, 10 years old too.
You're about the same age.
Yeah.
Okay, but still, like, who the fuck taught that girl that?
I think, yeah.
That's a whole
yeah,
other story.
That's
That's
that fatherless
like,
behavior.
He's that guy that turned into teacher that's fucking all the
we know
stories,
it's in the
bro.
hood for sure.
I know, right?
That's what they learn early.
That's
Yeah,
that
Gucci
fatherless
mamas.
behavior. I'll say that.
True.
And what'd your mom do?
Well, my mom didn't want to like rat her. Like I guess my mom didn't want to be too much of a party pooper on this one, so she was just like, just stay here, just stay. You know what I'm saying?
She don't want to be like she probably knows like this little girl's far gone beyond what anything I could tell her parents.
And I knew at that moment too. Like I even said to myself, like I could tell my mom I could get this girl to touch my wiener. I knew it too. I knew I could touch my wiener. I could go underwater, pull my shit off, but she probably like touching on my shit. But
She would have snitched on you.
Probably.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right?
You'll
What?
never know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll never know.
It's funny. Before this story,
No
y'all
chlorine
had
sauce.
reminded me because he had brought up magazines. Reminded me back in the days there was like mini Hispanic stores. I don't know if y'all ever been to one where like they have like sweetbread and then like it's like a little small little grocery.
They had one called Chori's.
And then
in
they
East
have
Dallas.
like they have the little corner section
the
where all the
Manteca?
magazines and shit are at. Yeah.
And then they have like those Spanish cartoons.
Yeah, the
or
little
those graphic
small
novels.
ones.
My
Yeah,
grandpa
yeah.
had those.
My mom had some of those, and I found them one time.
It
Like
must
I was
have been funny.
Nah, like they were like dramas. Like they
Oh,
were like
the
they
ones
were-
that she had.
Yeah, they were like dramas,
My-
but they were sex scenes in them, right?
Yeah.
And one time I told her, I'm like, hey, I found your stash. I was like maybe 12 years old. She got rid of them like that next day. She was like, you know what, kid shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying?
So what's funny is I remember one of my uncles. I don't know. I think he was drunk. Like, cause I remember back in the days, some of my uncles used to like drink it up together, and he called me over and he like, mira, and then he brought out a pin. It was a pin, and then like it was a girl on it. She was wearing a dress, and then she turned it around and the bitch got naked.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, ain't no fucking way this guy just shot me as a kid. I
He's
was
probably
like,
like, oh,
Yeah,
magic.
I was like,
Never.
a ver, like I'm like,
I've always seen those in the TV and the movies and stuff. I never seen them.
That's like some 70s, 80s type
Yeah.
shit, right? You know what I'm saying?
that was. I don't know. That was a core memory for me because I was like, I think about it now. I'm like, what the fuck? That's a fucking pen, bro.
I know who would do that to.
Yeah,
Perverts.
Like I would never show
Perfect.
my nephew.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Like, why
You know
would-
what? We say this, but if we were some drinkers, we might do some dumb shit like that.
Man,
Nah,
yeah.
I don't know.
I think
about
we're
I wouldn't
that.
have nothing like that.
Yeah,
we don't even own shit like that.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that's the back then. Like,
Yeah, that
that's
was
the
back then era.
80s motherfucker.
Yeah, because we know the effects of that.
Yeah.
Like I said, we know we know the effects of being shown that shit too early. So we're like, no, I'm not gonna.
You know, alcoholism too, it's gone down. Like young people are more able to like just drink and not overdo it than back in the day. Like
That's because there's more drugs in the world now.
yeah, and weed's more socially acceptable. So people are like LA. So
I'm
it's
sorry.
like,
shit,
Yeah,
weed
like
now.
my big sister, the older sister and the middle brother, they drink, but my baby brother, he doesn't care about it at all. He doesn't do that. He used to hit pins like CB, like weed pins. He put that away like 3 years ago. You know?
that's kind of scary because we don't know what the long term effects of that.
Yeah, I
Really
think
trying to ban
I
that
think
shit?
they should. I really
Ban
think
what?
they should, bro. Ban the pins.
Oh yeah.
Well, they should ban the flavored ones probably, the ones that taste like candy and shit.
The ones that
Somebody-
everybody loves.
Yeah, somebody wants to smoke like they ban like menthol in New York. Like they be banning some wild shit.
Yeah.
I think if somebody wants to do it, you know.
It's because it's crazy too. Because there was a point where cigarettes were like about to just be done for. No one wanted to smoke them. And then those pins came out. Oh man, that just started a whole new thing, bro.
Yeah.
People were onto them. They were onto the tobacco industry.
Or the
And then they
tobacco
started-
industry was onto
Oh.
society. You know what I'm saying? They're like, we're losing them on the tobacco and on the the cigarettes. Gotta find a way to get these bastards.
Well, did you ever see the documentary where it shows the tobacco industry bought like a bunch of food companies, and so they designed a bunch of snacks to be addictive?
RFK, where you at?
Damn.
Maha. Make America healthy again.
Oh, I was like, what the hell is that? I thought
That's my
that
new
was.
slogan.
That
Maha.
sounds like was that shit that Dexter's nemesis used to say.
I
Remember?
never watched Dexter.
Ah.
You watched Dexter?
You talking about the cartoon?
Yeah. Remember
Oh,
his-
I think you're talking about the
No.
serial killer.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the cartoon.
Uh,
Remember, man? Was it Mandark?
I don't remember the bad guy.
You talking about the chili bowl?
Yeah. We go ahead looking like a drop of water upside down.
Like Edgar.
Yes, he was an Edgar. Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked just like the
Edgar
villain
haircut.
from Despicable Me. He had the same kind of haircut and shit.
He had a bowl.
Yeah, the bowl. Is that guilty pleasure?
He was always
like
trying-
watching cartoons? I think so.
That's something too. See, growing up, not many people over like the age of like 16 watch Disney cartoon movies. Now, bro, everybody their age, our age, that's what they do. Some of them people, that's almost like their personality.
That's what y'all do?
They wear backpacks with the Disney shit.
People don't watch
They wear
TV
shirts with the
anymore.
Disney shit. Like, they do all that shit, bro. You know what I mean?
No, it's been a while since I watched TV.
Me
like
too.
That.
Me too.
Like, I don't know. These days, I don't think people watch TV. They want to be on stream now.
YouTube.
Or on
Well, that's what I
YouTube.
mean. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Right.
like a lot of people like
Like that's probably why Cartoon Network shut down.
you see.
Because they don't watch it no more. Yeah, like
I feel
a lot of the people don't really watch cartoons that at least that I know of.
Or if they are, they're going to go to the streaming platforms.
Yeah, like they always tell me I'm on YouTube or I don't know watching Netflix.
Yeah,
and even so,
YouTube is
Netflix
the new
does have the
TV.
cartoons sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
it just depends.
Twitch and YouTube are the new TV now.
Well, yeah, now if you want all of them, it's just like getting cable and shit.
yeah, you're paying
And all
a
the
crap
streamers.
load.
Dude, the price has been going up too.
I guess if you watch something that's embarrassing, that's a guilty pleasure. Like if I was into like novelas or something.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be embarrassed about that. Not I'm not into them, and no offense if you are into them, but as a guy, I'd be like, oh, that's a guilty
Yeah, for
pleasure.
sure. I like, as far as movies go, guilty pleasure, guilty genre is romantic comedies.
Ooh,
You know,
baby.
I love like two I can think of right off the bat. There's one called P.S. I Love You with the dude from 300, and then there's one called Valentine's Day. It had a whole bunch of famous people in it, but these are romantic comedies.
You didn't like Hitch?
Nah.
Hitch was dope. I like Hitch. Hitch was
You
funny.
didn't like Hitch? I'm like Hitch was a
You
romantic.
wanna
Kevin
be
James
honest?
and Will
no,
Smith?
No, I never saw Hitch. That's yeah.
You would like it.
But it's a romantic comedy.
Classic.
Yeah, it's a romantic comedy. It is.
There is something about romantic comedies that just make you feel good at the end. When they,
Yes.
when they get together and
Yes, bro. Valentine's Day, I highly recommend it because it has like six
it's like
different.
Crash, right?
It has like 6 different stories going on in
Like
there. They're all
Crash.
different. One's about someone who's like they're in love. One's about people who just found out, like we're falling out of love. One's looking for love. One is like old love. One is new love. Like it was beautiful, bro. It like that movie. I think I liked it, bro.
Made you cry?
Nah.
No, okay.
Nah, it was. I guess it was a feel good at the end. Even the relationship where like they were falling apart. There was this one part where like this couple found out that they've been married 40 years, and he found out on that movie that like 20 years ago she cheated on him with his best friend.
And had a baby by him.
No, not that part. Just they cheated on him. And then there was one.
What happens? What do they do?
You watch it.
Nah,
And
never.
there's this one in there too where this guy, he's like a famous quarterback. Think Tom Brady's famous, but he has to hide the fact that he's gay. Yeah.
Aaron Hernandez?
Aaron Hernandez was gay?
Wasn't he gay too?
No.
Before he killed him?
Nah, well,
It was suspicion, right?
yeah, because
He's a straight killer, bro.
he went to like some party or whatever.
Got turned
Diddy
into
party?
Yeah, apparently
He went to a Diddy
apparently,
party?
he fucked the dude.
Whoa! Maybe that's why he killed himself. Like, I can't live with myself.
No, he killed himself because of his family. But
Damn. I think that's a guilty pleasure, but I think people
What?
aren't guilty about. Don't feel guilty about
Wait.
watching crime shows.
Oh,
That's what I was. I literally
yeah, no,
Yeah.
he's right.
I was
Because
gonna say.
people watch documentaries and shit.
Yeah, those are like mainstream, popular.
Yeah.
Like they like girls
Top
are.
tier.
Yeah, girls are like they're attracted to the serial killers that they use.
That's so weird. You know what? I
that
didn't
is
even
weird.
think about that.
That's why they romanticize it.
Yeah, like
when
women
when
really
they-
are into documentaries.
Like for
horror
example,
documentaries.
if you watch the Ted Bundy movie they did or documentary, who they cast, some hot looking guy.
Right.
The Jeffrey Dahmer, some hot looking guy. Those two Menendez retarded brothers, two really model looking dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like this is not what this is not how you should be portraying.
I still haven't seen that Jeffrey Dahmer shit.
Don't watch it. Don't feed. Don't
exactly.
feed
That's
that.
exactly why I didn't watch
But
it.
there's a lot of women that watch that freaking reindeer games too.
Bro, yeah.
Bro,
And see,
reindeer games.
yes.
That new
No,
show?
reindeer games or reindeer baby.
All right, baby reindeer.
Baby reindeer.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like reindeer.
Bro,
Reindeer games.
yes, bro.
Yeah.
When you brought it up to me, the way he described it, he was like, "Bro, this is crazy." When my aunt brought it up to me, she was like, "Yeah, let me tell you what happened to this guy." I was like,
no.
and this is what I'm saying. Like, it really, like it's
It's a weird thing in the brain, right?
Yes,
that
yes,
women
yes.
like.
It's a double standard. If that was the girl getting assaulted by a dude, this would be a huge no-no.
Your grandma would be like, "Oh, that show. Oh my god, it's horrible." Wait, you said grandma?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
This is why
Yeah.
I say we need to do
That
a
show is
part
horrible.
2.
But
But
it's a-
maybe we should ask the girls that. Do y'all love like horror documentaries?
And why?
And why?
Well, I know they're gonna say, "Oh, it's because they're gonna lie." They're gonna say, "It's because I want to know."
It's so interesting.
I want to know. I want to know the signs so I can prevent it from happening to me. But
You're
it's
right.
like, all right. I mean, maybe that's true.
I mean, that's I mean, it's a good
Yeah.
lie. That's a good lie.
I feel like
you
a
made a
lot-
lie for them.
I feel like a lot of them watch it like, all right, don't do this,
Right.
don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what kind of girls you're talking about, but most girls that tell me about watching documentaries are all like, it's so attractive how men do this. I'm like,
Oh,
It's mostly
they've
girls.
never
What do you
told me
mean?
that
It's
before.
mostly girls that do that shit.
You've had
though.
somebody tell you that before?
nah, like,
Oh,
maybe
like-
like twice, but
Yeah,
it was
some
over.
freaks.
I'm not
Sometimes
saying
too
it was
many.
over a documentary, but they've told me some shit that I'm like, you find that attractive about a guy? Like,
That's a red flag right there. If you like that kind of shit, I'm out of here. But I
No,
think
you might.
I
You
feel
gonna
like-
like this
What,
shit.
what if how fine she is? What is a 10?
What do you mean?
She gonna handcuff
That's even
you
worse.
before
you want to end up dead, bro?
She gonna handcuff you before you get out.
No,
Yeah.
what they're gonna say is I just like the fantasy.
on some Gerald's game.
No,
shit.
no,
That's a lot of
exactly.
work,
That's
right?
you
It's
got
work.
you got mental issues. I'm red flag.
Red flag on play.
She's like, I'm not doing
But
this.
uh,
It's
what,
just kinky, bro.
damn, I was gonna say something to you. Oh, because most of them, I feel like watching that shit on Lifetime where it's women that do the killing. I don't.
Oh, like when they break.
There's not many.
Bro, the other day I watched one on a guy.
Wait, and that's the thing. What do you think the majority of the documentaries when it comes to murders are? Is
Guys.
it women who murder women or men who murder men? Men who murder women.
The real ones are men who murder women.
You think so?
The majority that I've.
Yeah, they're always
Yeah.
killing their wife
It's
or
always
their
a
kids.
serial killer.
But in those Lifetime movies,
Yeah, that's
they do
what-
have a lot of like fake fantasy
like they
type
have-
women killing their
They have
husbands.
multiple series on Lifetime about women getting away with
Snapped.
it. Yes,
Shit
that
like
shit,
that.
like, bro, like, come on,
It's
bro.
justice.
If we did that shit, like, I've had enough.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
you know, their argument is like they've done it for centuries. It's our turn. It's like 2 wrongs don't make a right.
No, they don't. And that's we're talking about that. I was talking about that to my mom after church, but that's a whole nother discussion.
I will say a guilty pleasure of mine is I like sometimes instead of playing video games, I like watching video games.
Hey,
It's
I-
pretty weird.
some people look at me
It's not weird, but
No,
it's
some people
kinda
do
popular.
because that's me. That's me. I tell people like, "No, I ask you to play video games." Like, no, but I'll watch the hell out of someone play video games. Like, I used to with Romo. Bro,
I could never do that.
there must have been at least 10 games that we picked out together that he would play, and I would sit there and watch and be all into it.
Well, they're very cinematic type games that he would get. They're not like Mario Bros and shit. Like
No.
you get like
It was
Assassin's
there was
Creed
missions
and
like
stuff.
like
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like a movie.
It was like what's that? Was that one with
There's
the
cut
yeah
scenes and shit.
yeah.
Assassin's Creed was one of them.
Yeah, that was one of them we want to
Yeah,
play, but it
Japan.
loaded so slow, man. We stopped playing that one, man. That game.
I did get into it a little bit with my son because that's when around 2010, 11, people were playing Minecraft and watching each other play Minecraft, and so you learn stuff. And I was like, okay, I get it because sometimes they're funny and stuff like
I
that.
feel like my little bro, he doesn't get it because I'll go in his room while he's playing. He loves playing this race car game called the not the League. Come on, it's a race car game. The
Forza?
no,
F-150.
the Crew.
Oh, the
Crew.
Crew.
He loves that
I've
game.
never played that game.
Bro, it looks
It's
so
funny 'cause
pretty.
I
It
have
looks
Is
so
it like Driver
pretty.
or something?
No, it's a racing game. Like it's a straight up racing game. There's
I
no,
have
there's
it,
no,
and I
there's
still
no
haven't
missions.
played it,
Just
so.
race, just racing. And I legit when I go in his room, I'm like, I enjoy sitting watching him play that shit because it's a beautiful looking game.
Right.
He's got like a 90-inch TV and shit.
And you don't want to get frustrated trying
Yeah,
to play
yeah.
and shit.
And he
makes it look easy.
he always tries to say, "Here, bro, you play." I'm like, I'm good. Like, I think he legit thinks that I'm like
Wanting to play and
yeah,
shit.
and I'm like, no, I have no desire
I
to
do
play.
that with Isaiah. Isaiah be doing that too.
Yeah,
You just be
bro.
watching
I
it.
want to I'm like
I be watching him play like MK or like
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat,
Kombat
just in case you don't get it.
or
Bro, I'm Super Nintendo, Mortal Kombat.
No, you're old.
or God of War or like any like exclusive PlayStation game. I mean MK is not one, but
Right.
like and then he be trying to pass me the like controller and shit. I'm just like, nah, bro. Like I ain't trying to.
That's what I was looking at earlier. I was like,
Damn, son.
anyways, continue.
Judging.
I know it's a habit now.
Wait,
It's
wait,
a habit
is that a
now.
guilty
This
pleasure
is
right
a
there?
1 day thing right here.
1 day thing and
This is a 1
Bro, I
day
had-
thing.
this was here 20, 30 minutes ago. This was here.
What is the percentage on that shit? Tell me.
Let me see.
It's like, it's very low.
5. That shit is like juice. You can do the same thing.
Well, his tolerance would be lower
Oh yeah, I get fucked up just a couple sips off of
because
this.
he hasn't been
Yeah.
used to it.
You put that near my nose for too often.
You just told everybody on this shit that you a bitch.
Damn. Whoa, he's trying to make you feel guilty for not partaking in his thing? Isn't that?
Oh, I know a good guilty pleasure, like listening to like Alanis Morissette and shit like that. Like listening to pop music that you wouldn't really listen to in the car with the turn up.
When I was
But it's like it's nice though. You like it.
when I was a kid. In fact, even to this day, if you put it on, I'll still jam out. I used to love Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. Like I bought
Going
the
to the
CD.
gym.
Like I bought the CDs and everything. Like bro, actually, me and my best friend as kids is crazy. We always seem to like the same stuff, but like the opposite. Like for example, when I was a kid, I liked Backstreet Boys. He liked NSYNC, and then as we got older, I liked Slim Thug. He loved Chameleonaire. I used to like Korn.
Millionaire.
He liked Stain. You know what I'm saying? Like we were always into the.
What about Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera? Did you have?
Oh, see, looking back, I recognize now that Christina Aguilera is superior.
But back
then, I
not
like Britney Spears. Yeah, I bought that shit too, bro. I bought those albums. Like that's guilty
Bro.
pleasure.
Bro,
Bro,
my
I
sister
bought.
had that album.
You remember? You remember that the group that sang that Barbie girl song, Aqua?
Yeah.
I bought both of their albums, and I bro, if you put those on, I know the songs. I can sing them to you. Like,
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
hey, guilty pleasure.
Bro, there's one time where I was driving right with my homie. I think we had just got done smoking, like a while back, and then as soon as I dropped him off, we're listening to some like rap, like hip hop, right? As soon as I dropped him off, I put Ignition by R. Kelly on.
Right, he like the vibe
I was like,
and
trying to
shit.
change the vibe. I was like, tired of listening to this fucking hip hop shit. I need some
Yeah.
chill.
Time to chill, man.
It's
Shit.
the remix to Ignition.
You know, I think another guilty pleasure that has had its phases is conspiracy theories. I remember when I was, and I tell you what, conspiracy theories really got hot when 9/11 happened. Let's just be honest. That's kind of the birth of like when they got really hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it was still like
Because I remember.
underground type shit.
Yeah,
though.
because I remember
People still call Fahrenheit 9/11 kind of crazy.
there was a rapper that got me into him, Moral Technique. He probably got. I guarantee you got a lot of people into him. Like the stuff he was saying on his albums. I mean, that was him talking about all the conspiracy theories about George Bush and the U.S. and even the stuff in Israel,
More
whatever.
technique went hard.
Yeah.
Y'all think he did?
And huh? Who?
Another conversation for
Oh.
another day.
But I remember back then, if you talked about that kind of stuff, 9/11, shit like that, people would be like,
You're crazy.
But as you get older and more shit started happening, it became like right now. I think conspiracy theories are kind of like mainstream.
Yeah, more so, a lot more so than it
Yeah,
used
you're not so much to maybe to some people. Like, okay, if we lined up 10 people and we told them that like we're into this conspiracy theory, maybe half or maybe 6 of them would be like, I kind of think the same thing, bro.
Okay, COVID.
Oh, yeah,
that's
that.
the two word. COVID, Biden, and then Trump. Those things have made people become conspiracy theorists on different levels because people who were not conspiracy theorists
Yeah.
became conspiracy
Because
theorists.
COVID gave you all that damn time.
Well, gave you that, right? But then, like, people who were like, conspiracy, like, blah, blah, blah. And then the opposite side was like, oh, he would never survive a bullet like that. That was fake. That's conspiracy. Like, it's just conspiracy started being used as a
All the shootings.
commodity.
Yeah, all the
now.
shootings. Yeah, all this. Yeah, everything, bro.
It's kind of bastardized. The way they
Yeah.
fucked up woke, like woke was dope as fuck.
Yes,
We were
and then
all
they-
woke,
yeah,
and then they turned it into
yeah,
something else,
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
now we can't even use woke.
They
Like,
DEI'd that stuff.
yeah.
That's what happens when everybody gets onto the same shit, though.
Yeah.
Like, you
Yeah.
start using it, and then you try to manipulate it, and now you're just taking advantage of it, and nobody ends up believing you.
Yeah.
I think another good pleasure that I have that man, a lot of people will say that I do this too, but they're fronting, bro. Like reading books. Like most people, you tell them I read books, they be like me too, but you realize that you don't read books, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wouldn't really like
most
that.
people just
Calling you out,
most people just like to seem like, oh, I use, you know, like.
What do you think, that they're just listening to them, or?
No. I think they're just trying to like be like, yeah, you know, oh, I should, like in their mind, like I should read books too, and they say I've read a couple books, but then you talk to them and you're like,
They go back to high school and they're like, yeah, I read Charlotte's Web.
Yeah.
It's kind of when you ask them like, hey, you listen to his art? They're like, oh yeah, I do. And then you ask them like, what's your favorite song? They don't know fucking. They don't know fucking name to a song.
They name one song that you know that like
the mainstream fucking song. Like,
You never feel like you just want to, like, if somebody says, hey, you seen that movie? You're like, oh yeah, just so they can stop.
Oh yeah, I bullshit a lot.
Just so they can stop talking about it.
But there's
But
something.
music is a little different.
Yeah, like for example, there's a band Pink Floyd, right? One time when I was still smoking weed, my boy brought his girlfriend over, and we were smoking, we were all getting high.
You listening right here?
Yeah. She was sitting right there. I was sitting right there. He was sitting over there. We were smoking, passing the J. And then I, you know, we put on Pink Floyd, and then she's like, "Oh, I love Pink Floyd." And I'm like, "Yeah, what's your favorite song?" She literally named, like, she looked at the TV to see what this song was, and she goes, "Oh, I like Comfortably Numb a lot." I'm like, I knew right away.
The
I'm
one
like,
that's playing right now?
Yeah.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
Nothing. I didn't. Like I said,
Oh, you should have put on the spot.
make her feel so unattractive.
Yeah.
It's like, but,
The
hey,
boyfriend might have been
My boy still hadn't hit yet. I'm not
Oh,
gonna,
okay, all right.
I'm not gonna mess this up for you, bro.
All right.
Yeah, that was my roommate, bro. I'm like, nah, bro, you hit this. and-
Nah, fuck that, bro. She already acted fake, bro. She gonna cheat on this nigga one day,
I
bro.
would have told them afterwards, like, hey, bro, she didn't even know.
She,
I mean,
yeah,
she
ain't the right
hey,
one, bro.
in my defense though, she did ruin his life. I should have done
I'm
something.
about to say, bro, she lied about this
That
little
was a
shit,
red
bro.
flag.
What you think she gonna do when she does some big shit?
Yeah. Nah, he became an alcoholic for like 6 months because of her.
Well.
Yeah, she did
And it
it
all
dirty.
started that you.
She-
It could have prevented that night.
She used to work at, is it Twin Peaks? The one that used to be right there off of 635?
She used to work at Twin Peaks.
Oh god, that's
I would
a
have
red
told you
flag.
that's a red flag.
you
That's
know
a
her.
red
You
flag.
know her. It was a little short white girl with.
Oh, I know who you're talking.
I didn't want to say no
about.
names, right?
I
But,
know who you're
I would
talking
have said
about.
red flag from the jump if you told me Twin Peaks. I would never date a waitress, bro.
That female was
Bro,
trying to-
I remember.
Not in a place like that.
I remember it. She
I
was-
would date a waitress that worked at Fur.
She was cold blooded, bro.
Those aren't
Like,
any restaurants.
she would text him like, "Hey, I'm bored at work. Come visit me." I'm like, bro, she don't even care about you, bro. She just looking at you like just a pastime.
She was trying to do that to me too at work. Like, bro, I stopped going there. Like, I would take break at work, and then I would like she would. I don't know. Sometimes I'd sit with her, kind of like, okay, have a good conversation. But then over time, just like, man, I'm not taking a break no more. Fuck that.
She was pretty fake.
Yeah.
But you know what? Life got her because she lived in Forest Lane in the hood. Her car got broken into like 5 times in like 3 months.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember one time, like, I don't know, I can't remember.
5 times? No,
Point
she
is, we
pissed
had each other's
somebody off.
number. She hit me up, and she's like, hey, come see me at work. And I was like,
Yeah.
you're at work. Like, where do you work at? And she's like, oh, I work at Twin Peaks. I'm like, hell no, I'm not gonna go see you. Fuck no. Fuck, like,
not in your element.
yeah,
All
like,
your hunger.
Yeah, you know they're just gonna like talk.
shit,
Yeah,
make
bro.
you feel like shit.
Hell.
trying to get money out of you. Fuck no.
Like, God, but
Yeah.
I ain't that type of
dream.
guy. I'm not here to entertain you, motherfucker.
Like, I know somebody who could tip us real good.
Hell no. She's like, come talk to me. I'm like, bitch.
So,
And she'd be like,
That's
I'm bored.
somebody's, like, luckily that's not ours, but that's gotta be somebody's, like, going
Simping?
flirt with waitresses in those kind of places.
And
Oh,
you know, it's
strip
funny. I
clubs
think I still have her on social media. I recently saw her. Like,
Me too.
I'm
The
like,
girl?
But she still, but she got, I think she tried to turn her life around. She got with a dude that was good for her, and and she's married to him. She's been married to him. Like,
You set her straight.
yeah, I hope so. I mean, she's still with the guy. You know, she still posts him all the time. Like,
That's
yeah,
good. She got kids.
I pray
Not
that
yet,
boy.
not yet.
I pray that boy is not getting cheated on.
me too, bro. Cause that seemed like a good dude.
Yeah, he
Seemed
does.
like a good dude.
He does.
Yeah.
And y'all
I'll
on her
say-
business. Yeah, go ahead.
Another guilty pleasure. This is like back when I was a kid. I used to like lighting shit on fire.
Whoa.
Pyromania?
That's understandable.
That's
What?
fun. That shit is fun, though.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta think about it. That shit. Like that was like pure power
That's
right
like,
there.
That's like pure
Like,
power.
like pure power to a
caveman
kid.
shit right
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Bro.
No,
it's
for real.
like primal instinct.
Like, you know what? I thought it was weird until like I saw a meme. You ever seen those memes where like you burn a skillet, right? You try to cook something, whatever, and then you fucking you throw away the shit, and then like you put it in the sink, and then watch the steam hit.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
I love
that's
that
it.
shit.
I
love
thought that was
shit.
just a me
No,
thing
no,
until I
love
saw a
that
video
shit.
about
I
it.
love doing
I was
that
like,
shit.
oh shit.
I
I
like
was like,
doing
all right,
that
this is
shit.
a common thing. Okay, cool. I'm not weird.
It's like therapy because it is. When you look in
What?
fire,
What?
it's easier to meditate.
I feel like I don't know these dudes all of a sudden.
But what's
Wow.
the craziest thing you set on fire?
One of the funniest things is when you have like a little small fire going on. I remember in Mexico
Yeah.
I used to do this. there was a little fire going on, and like we would have to put it out. And I'm like, hey, let's pee on it, bro. Like I don't know.
I ain't never did that.
That shit was
Did it
fun.
work?
That shit was fun.
It
I like
worked?
peeing on that shit. Yeah, I mean it would turn it off.
What if you had like so
That's
much
a-
alcohol
that's
in
a
your
killer.
blood that you just
Oh, hey, bro, I'm fucking dying.
Yeah,
Fuck.
our uncles would probably be those ones.
crazy.
But no. Lighting shit on fire, yeah, that's pretty
Nah,
fun.
yeah.
What
Like-
would you light on
Like
fire?
putting it out with water. Shit.
Criminal
Yeah.
pleasures.
Newspapers.
That's
I don't.
Arson?
I never got that. I would just play with the matches and shit. What I do like fucking with, and I actually did this Friday. You ever like fucking with ants?
Oh,
Yes.
No, I don't.
Get a water hose.
I think my
Bro,
friends are
I
serial
did.
killers.
So I
I
gave the
did it.
ants some bananas, right?
Uh-huh.
A little bit of banana because I gave them their last meal, and I found these cigarettes the other day, right? And so
Their
I
last.
and you
I-
lit them on fire.
I lit up a couple cigarettes and I put a cigarette in this hill and this hill, let them chill for a little bit, and then I went and poured all this poison on them and shit.
Oh, my
Damn.
So that's your last meal, son.
So
Because I
see-
felt bad about it, but I wanted to give them like a little bit of a
wow.
Before they die.
Because you know in the movies you want a meal, and then you want a cigarette, and then
Yeah.
execution.
Wow.
That boy says.
Wow.
It was a squirt gun too, but it didn't work. It was all. I wanted.
Nah, yeah.
See, now that's serial killer shit right there.
Nah, ants, bro. That's
But
tight shit to fuck with.
nah, I can't
I
fuck
love
with.
killing ants.
I can't fuck with anything. Like I feel bad about it now.
These are-
Like
these
like
are-
if
these
I
are-
were to step on a fucking I don't know ant, I'm
You're
like
gentle
damn.
giants.
These are
Like,
these
I-
are
This is they say they don't have souls, right? But in my eyes, I'm like, no, you're a living being. I will not bother you. Like fuck
like
that. Like,
I feel bad when I gotta kill the
Respect
wasp
it.
out here, cause you know I kill
What?
I kill them once they make the nest. I'm like, okay, you're
No.
trying to build a
you-
home
you
here.
don't have to-
Things are
I gotta get the
apex
spray and I gotta spray.
predators. Them things are apex. I don't care what nobody says. Them things are apex.
You know what's actually more annoying to me than a wasp is a bee. Cause and here's from my experience. I've been living here like 5 years, and
I
I've
mean,
been
bees help nature.
no.
bro.
But let me tell you.
All
Let me
of
tell
it.
you. Let me tell you why. I'll tell you
You
why.
see that honey?
This,
you get?
this is my experience with these two creatures. A wasp, usually they'll come around, but once they come near me, they'll fly away. A bee will straight up start following me, bro. Like
Landing
trying to
on
pump
you
me.
and
Hey,
shit.
whether you like it or not, be on that shirt, them socks, all that shit. Because without bees, we wouldn't have nothing.
Have you seen the bee movie, bro?
I'm not gonna
See
get.
what I'm
Hold on,
talking
I'm not
about?
gonna get. Hold
That was
on.
my son's favorite.
So
movie.
let myself get stung by no.
No,
they're not gonna
You're
sting
not
you.
gonna sting you
Yeah.
unless you attack them,
Yeah,
bro.
unless you attack 'em.
Okay, you're.
Most bees don't even sting.
They're all over me.
And
Like
you do realize if a bee stings, they die themselves.
Some of them will die, so it's like.
So I mean,
Unless
you
you're
win
allergic
that
to
battle.
bees,
Let me
Yeah.
tell you what happened. Okay, let me tell you. I had experience with that. One time when my first job at Whataburger when I was 18, I was throwing the trash out,
Mhm.
and a bee came near me, and I thought to myself, okay, this bee is not going to give up its life to sting me, right? So I just keep walking. I go to the trash can. I throw the trash, and as I put my hand down, this bee stung my freaking pinky.
You bust a swung at
I
it.
said, no.
Yes,
Nah,
son.
you
Nah,
actually, you probably didn't think you did, but you probably did.
It's like fuck this.
Bees
Yeah,
don't
but
attack
I
for no
bro,
reason,
I
dog.
swear, and I was like, really, bro? Was it worth it? As it's like on the ground, I'm over here like, God dang, bro. Like I was. Ever since then, I'm like,
Nah, you swung at it, bro.
I'm like, screw a bee.
Maybe when you swung the bag or some shit,
Nah,
you swung at the
I'll
shit.
make
bro.
sure-
I think that would just
Nah,
give me
how
like
you mix it?
respect.
You doing- you
like
focus on
I need
this.
to just respect this creature. because-
You don't understand, bro. What if he was going through shit? He just wanted to end it. Like,
This
like,
one
Can't do
brand. I'm being serious. You probably accidentally swung at that shit, bro.
Well, I mean, he felt threatened, maybe. Like,
That's what I'm saying, bro.
you were getting
And
his
honestly,
own.
you know, the way you was talking about your childhood, I feel threatened too, bro. I probably would have stung you also.
But I never fuck with like no cat, no frog. Like there's people who fuck. Like I've listened to podcasts where people fuck with frogs. And
Yeah.
Yeah, I
shit
see.
Like,
Like
that. I
explode
never-
frogs and shit?
Yeah, with
Ugh.
bleach. If I think you can explode a frog.
Yeah, bro. See,
That's-
like shit
that's
like that.
nasty. That's
I
nasty.
think it's the same thing with
That's
like
disgusting.
insects. Like they might not be something big, but you're still.
I just
forming
think
No, that's different.
it's
Okay,
easier
that's
because
different.
insects and arachnids and stuff, they look like aliens. They don't look like from Earth and shit. That's why for us money people, it's easier to kill a bug
It's
than
one
it
of
is.
God's
This is
creations.
a bug and this is an animal.
God still made that
Yeah.
there. You gotta respect it. You know what
Okay,
I'm saying?
bugs are not animal. Bugs are bugs. Okay.
You ever seen a bug's life? How dare you?
Anyways,
Bugs life, not animal life. All right, two different separate terms.
back to the fire thing though.
Ooh, arson.
But to start fire right now.
How many of y'all know how to make a fire without a lighter?
Well, have
I
one
was
of those
taught
things,
this in
the-
fifth grade.
I got a what's it called?
We're gonna go outside here in a bit, record, see which one you guys can do.
It's too wet outside.
Yeah, it's
to do it
never
right
too
now.
late. You're not gonna do that.
But what are the stone?
He wasn't taught shit.
My dad gave me one of those things that sparks when you.
Oh, that metal shit?
Mm.
Yeah, that's what we use.
I'm the only one raised without a father too. Maybe that tells you something.
Why? You know how to do it?
He said yeah.
Yeah, I know. I
How would you
know.
do it?
So,
His dad was around.
so there was the with a stick.
which is
And
hard.
Then, yeah,
which
and then
is
there was
rare.
also rocks, but
The spark.
I never got to do that one. That one was hard. I know it, but I just
I
never
think it
got
depends
to
on the
try it out.
sock too.
See, I was taught like you gotta get some like dry like grass or like
Yeah.
use some shit first.
Some shrubbery, some
Yeah.
some shit
Yeah.
like that, and then you get the wood.
And
But you gotta spark the fucking little dry grass
Yeah.
first,
Yeah.
and then get the wood and starting the shit.
How
up.
do you spark the dry grass?
That's the tricky.
That's like you probably get a rock or something. So you gotta get something that sparks. But then
Yeah.
once you get the spark lit on the fucking like dry grass,
you'll
you'll see it start, and then you gotta blow on it, give it oxygen,
Mhm.
and then you start throwing the sticks, and that's how you get a biggie.
But also, if it's windy and shit, you get protected too. It's like, oh
Yeah,
fuck.
for real, dead ass.
You're on the element.
This reminds me of a book I read as a kid called The Hatchet.
Hatchet.
The Hatchet. I read that whole series.
I think I know that movie. I mean, I
Brian's
said movie,
Winter,
book.
Brian's
I'm
Return.
surprised. I think they did make a movie of it though.
They did?
I think I know the book though.
From-
I
Yeah,
think
I
know
got
the book.
Brian's
There's a
Return.
dog in one of them.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I do know that book. I read that book in elementary
We
school.
read it for class one
His
time.
dog's name was Hank. No, I'm just kidding.
He's like, I know.
That's another dog. That's
How many
another-
books did they make
Hank,
of that?
remember
Three.
Hank, the
They had
cowboy
three.
dog?
They had the
Yeah,
Hatchet, Brian's Winter, and then Brian's Return.
Yeah,
He was
think
so
I read
fucked
all
up he had to go back. He's
Yeah.
like, I can't even live in
That's
society.
some crazy stuff right there. That's actually a sad
I mean,
story.
it was good.
Didn't he
Probably
die?
is.
Didn't he die at the end?
I didn't finish the last one. The spoiler alert.
I think he died at the end.
Really?
Wow.
It's like
But
Charlotte's
you gonna
Web.
find out sooner
I
or
could
later.
probably read that book in 2 days. It's such a childlike. It's small.
Listen,
It's small.
you were gonna find out sooner or later. Just might as well rip off the band-aid
I
now.
read books, bro.
Okay.
I spy books.
Let's save the
Oh, I used to
tears.
love
Bro, I
those
used to
as a
love
kid.
those as a kid.
Yeah, better than Waldo. Screw Waldo. Those I Spy books were what's up.
I
Nah,
spy
Waldo
books.
was
You know what?
shit.
I would
You
not
know
be
what they were
sorry
doing.
for the amount of years you had to read that damn series. All right, that series been out for a good minute.
Which one?
The Hatchet.
Did you ever,
Oh,
did
yeah.
you ever read Animorphs?
Yeah.
So it's apparently that one was like real dark.
Yes.
It was like there's death. And,
Yes.
and it was like
Yes.
like I watched the video about it and it's like I don't even remember.
When
this
you
shit.
get into the origin of those aliens that are like trying to take over, you're like, bro, this is on some like Nephilim stuff.
and then they get trapped. They can get trapped in the body
Yes,
and they just
yes.
turn into the
because
animal.
they're
and shit.
slugs. They're slugs.
Oh,
from
and
the-
they're
That's-
the brains,
yes,
bro.
yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is some
That's crazy.
conspiracy theory
crazy.
stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's
Like,
deep.
yeah.
There's a couple who wrote it too. His wife and her husband.
K.A. Applegate or
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah,
Yeah. See, I remember.
Yeah, it just reminded me of one. A guilty pleasure. I don't think it's a guilty pleasure
Docu.
anymore. But
Right.
Wow, second time he's mentioned that.
Word of the day.
Sending memes, that's a guilty pleasure.
so
I love doing that, by the way.
like one like it used to be a guilty pleasure. I don't think it is no more. I feel like they shamed it more back then, not anymore. Anyways,
Get to it.
like when I get into
I don't think it's
like either a game
Like the-
or like a series,
Okay.
I have this thing where like
You start writing fandom.
nah, it just I guess becomes my personality.
Fandom, fandom,
yeah, like,
fandom.
Well,
Yeah.
he doesn't write fandom.
Like,
But it
like,
becomes
like,
your yeah.
I
Yeah,
remember. Yeah, like when I started watching Tokyo Ghoul. I
Oh,
bought.
what's your example though?
Go ahead.
For me, a big one would be Resident Evil 4. That game, I know that game word
A lot of
for
people
word,
love
bar,
that game.
bar for bar, bro.
So
Yo,
for a
shout out
while,
Resident
you walk
Evil
around
9,
like
dog.
you're the guy, right?
No, I don't do that. I don't do that. No. Fuck. No, I don't do that. I just say lines like because they're so corny and cheesy. They're fucking hilarious. Like, and the fact that like people get it, I'm like, oh, you played that game, all right.
Like if I watch, oh my bad.
No.
If I watch Godfather or Goodfellas or Scarf, I'm Pacino for like a couple hours. Like,
Yeah.
Like I'm the main character for a little bit. Peaky Blinders, I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm a cowboy.
I don't know. It's just funny, like grabbing some lines and then bringing it up, or like just saying it randomly, and some people will just finish the line with you. Because I feel like back then people didn't do that. Now, or maybe I just wasn't around those people, but now I feel like I say something and people automatically know what I'm saying or what I'm talking about. I'm like,
I feel like when people finish,
That's the cam, bro. It's the cam.
Wait, what were you saying about Tokyo Ghoul?
Fuck.
You feel like a ghoul after you watched
Oh,
it?
no, like.
I think that shit can hear that.
Yeah. That's why you gotta speak up a little bit. Trust me, it's happening with you.
Yeah, we did it on the wrestling podcast.
All right, so
Hi,
now I
Kevin.
think that's how you know you're right around the wrong crowd. Like when they finish your sentences, like when you reference something and then they finish it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Well, that's
alright,
if they're
now
a
I'm
fan
like-
of the same thing that you are.
But that means like y'all got something in common.
Yeah.
It is cool when that happens.
For sure, you right.
That cultural connection.
Because like my boy, he made a y'all ever seen the movie A Million Ways Away in the
Million Ways to Die?
A Million Ways to Die in the West? Y'all ever seen that movie?
No, I heard
By
it.
it's by the dude that directed that movie. I think his name. What's the name of the guy that made Family Guy? The dude that played
Seth
Oh.
MacFarlane.
Yeah,
Seth
yeah.
MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, made that. Yeah, I think
yeah,
I've
he
seen
made
the
that
clips.
movie. Yeah, So he referenced something, and I finished the sentence. I always do. Every time he references something, I know what he's talking about. That's why I was like, bro. I even told him today. I was like, bro, I love how every time he references a movie or a show, I'm the only one that always gets the shit.
Yeah, I hate when people don't get it, but there's a lot of people who didn't watch. I grew up watching TV, so I get all these stupid references.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't.
There's times at work when people do that, and I'm like, no one around here is like crickets. You know what I'm saying?
There's certain things that are just in my brain, like giggity giggity. Like I'm not even a huge fan of
Yeah,
Family Guy
like-
anymore, but giggity giggity.
Like when someone hurts themselves, you're like, he's about to buzz a Peter Griffin. Most people know right away. Yeah, you see? Most everyone knows what that is.
But
Dope.
yeah, it's fucking Simpsons.
Yeah. I think the guiltiest pleasure though, if we're gonna get really into pornography, is
If
the type of pornography that you like. Which I don't even want to talk about.
guilty pleasure.
Like the
wow.
genre and shit, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Like
We can talk about it.
That's something I probably would want to go to my grave to. Probably like.
It's
I mean, it's
okay.
not that bad. It's really not that bad. It's not like I'm into crazy shit.
It's
But
okay.
there's certain
Nah.
things you want to keep a secret.
Nah, fuck that.
Like you don't want to let people know you watch animals, fuck a chick, you know what I'm saying?
I will admit, on podcast right now, apparently I am a switch.
I don't
pretty
even
sure
know
I-
Oh, we
what
talked
I
about
think
that
I-
last time.
What's
Yeah,
the
listen.
What the fuck is the switch,
Yeah.
bro?
Okay,
Sometimes
so
you dominate. Sometimes you like to be dominated.
yeah, but only to a certain extent.
Okay.
Like, you ain't playing with my shit, bro.
No pegging.
That's understandable.
No
pegging.
ball.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
booty play for me.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Like,
Like,
if a woman seduces me, oh, bro, I'm breaking.
Oh, he knows that reference. That's pretty cool.
Pulp Fiction.
he folding.
What you know about that?
I don't know. Heroin.
It's a good movie,
It's
that's a good
great,
movie.
great.
Yeah, it's all about these junkies doing dumb shit. Except the one guy who didn't, who was like let go of the drugs. He's the one guy that lived.
Samuel.
Yes.
English, motherfucker.
Yes.
You speak
Yes.
What? Say what again?
Say what?
I mean, and look, as I got
It's a
older,
good movie.
it made me really uncomfortable to watch Quentin Tarantino movies because like he'll have a white dude say the N word multiple times, and I was like, this isn't cool. That's kind of why I stopped liking Stephen King, because all his books,
Pedophile stuff.
no.
Well, there was a pedophile.
N-word stuff.
Oh,
He
but
gets
he did
so
have
racist in like every book, bro.
Damn, that's just their secret way to do it and get away.
And
with
I
it.
read like at least 30 to 40 of these books.
But in the It, he had like an older lady hook up with the underage kids. So he had some weird shit.
They had a gangbang in the book. Little kids gangbang in that book, bro. That shit was creepy.
They did in the book? Oh,
Yes.
wow, no wonder they put that
Yes.
shit in the movie.
That girl got ran on by all the dudes in the book.
They were trying to hint that shit in the movie, bro.
They
I was like,
They
why
couldn't
did-
get away with that.
They were trying to hint it though, because
But
I was
you-
like, why is there dudes like crowding around this chick?
Oh, for real?
They would have got
Like,
away with
they
it.
were
in the
not like
80s.
they weren't like like crowding around her, but like it's just like
It's-
one girl friends with a bunch of dudes.
Did they do that in the new
It's
one?
like that picture where there's a little
And
chick
it
on
was
the
a,
couch.
they made it a competition between one dude and another dude.
In the
I
new
forgot.
one? Or in the...
Well, they did it in the old one too, the
Yeah.
original one,
I
but
didn't-
they also put it in the new one too a little
creepy.
bit. But it wasn't like no gangbang and like not all the dudes were going after her, but it's still like now that you mention it, I can see it now. Like one girl friends with a bunch of dudes. That reference that's hinted to something.
Yeah. With Quentin Tarantino, like in some of his interviews, he'll code switch. And he'll start talking like,
Oh, yeah.
my brother.
He,
He'll start talking
yeah.
like funny in
Whoever
front of
he's
Jamie
with,
Foxx
yeah.
and shit for Django.
Whoever he's with, he kind of like, if you're a black guy, he'll try to sound like, oh, hey man, my guy, I'm dude, you know what I'm saying? But if he's with the white guy, he'll sound white as fuck.
And then he made Salma Hayek because he wanted her feet in his face and shit.
I just think that's like a tism almost, you know what I'm saying?
Maybe. Oh, like what is that thing when you say shit that you don't want? Tourette's.
Tourette's?
Like
Yeah.
you can't control it.
It's a form of it.
You
It's
know
a
what I
form
mean?
of
Like,
it.
it's like,
Like you fit in, and I'm gonna be real with you, like bro. When I was younger, I did the same thing. I knew what crowd I was with. If I was with the hood Mexican dudes, I could talk like them. If I was with the
Yeah.
preppy little dudes, I could talk like them. If I was with the hood black dudes, I could talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is a different way to. I gotta
Yeah,
coach with
yeah,
at work.
yeah,
I gotta be
yeah.
professional and.
I definitely try to work on it because I'm like, I feel like I sound slightly like racist when I do this shit.
Right.
I don't know. It's funny. I think I appreciate that skill from the hood, bro. Like, cause like, look. Growing up in the hood, you meet all kinds of people, bro. Like, you meet ghetto people, you meet fun people, you meet anime nerds, you meet Hispanic essays, or sorry to say this, but you know,
Crackers,
Hood rats?
I was gonna
rednecks,
say
Beaners?
yes,
Beaners?
Yeah,
Only
and
we
it's-
can say that. You guys can't.
mojos.
and it's like, you know,
Well,
like
I'm Mexican.
Hey.
I was gonna say I'm white.
Yeah, you
You
are. That's why you
Mexican.
can't say it.
like you get all of that, all of those personalities, kind of like not
We're lucky.
into you, but
We're
like,
lucky of the hood that we grew up in.
Fuck off, you know.
Not every hood is like that with different cultures.
and it,
But Pleasant Grove, it has a mix.
yeah,
That's a special thing about like Dallas area.
yeah. And I remember not just that, I did get some white folks down there too.
There's some
and-
hood Asians.
Yeah.
You'll meet some
Yeah.
gangsta ass Asians.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah.
well, you don't even
Dude,
say
you know what's
Yes.
crazy? I never saw like a gangster Asian until that. What's that one movie?
Well, you haven't seen him in real life?
Nah,
Bro,
like,
there's a
In
ton
Richardson,
out
there used to
here,
be a
yeah.
lot.
but what I'm
Back in the
saying,
day.
like a full-on gangster Asian though, like I ain't really knew what that was or what that looked like till I saw that movie. What is it? Is that The Riders?
Freedom Riders?
Freedom Riders.
Oh,
Freedom
was
Riders.
there a gangsta Asian?
Yeah, everybody's just gangster, like, you know, just gang. You got gangster Mexicans, gangster Asians.
That movie made me cry.
That's gangster Asians was a
Yeah, that
term.
movie's good.
Gangster
Was-
Asians was a term Chigga came from.
What?
Chigga. You know what I'm saying?
Chigga?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like Wigga.
Yeah, you just
Chigga.
call them a chigga, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, over there by, like, when I was in high school, there was a bunch. Tattered up Asian dudes, always had a clean face, like, man, like, they were pretty gangster, bro.
What's crazy is in Japan, there's a subculture
And they
of
always say,
Chicanos.
the N-word. They always
Yeah.
were saying the N-word.
Well, that's the crazy thing in Garland. If you were hood enough and you hung out with the right kind of people who were black, brown, white, everybody said the N-word.
You got away with it.
It was like, it
Yeah.
depends on what kind of white person,
Yeah.
like how you say
I feel like it's up to the bad people to let the rest of us know, hey, stop that shit right now.
Yeah.
Because you gonna get into some shit. It's not right. It's not your word, bro.
It doesn't sound right.
Yeah, because as I got older, I'm like, that shit ain't cool. You know? But because everyone around me was saying it and the black dudes weren't having an issue with it, you think it's cool.
It was just part of the vernacular. It changed.
It really was, bro. I mean, I'm not making excuses. Like, I should have common sense, right?
Vocabulary changes, though, over time. Like, I'm reading this book. It's about, like, childhood and stuff, and they would say retarded and stuff. This is, like, from the early 1900s.
This is, I think a term, just a derogatory term, as opposed to, like, a super racist term is a little different, you know? Like, there's a reason why people when they say, like, this is the N-word of curse words, like, the N-word is a pretty big word. It's like, it's pretty, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the insult, you know? Like, most people say, like, that's the no-no.
There's some good ones.
Wait.
I think that's a guilty pleasure.
Racist terms?
Racist terms.
Oh, God.
Like-
Stop it right now.
Like, would you call Italians? Yeah, I don't even have to say it.
Guido?
Guido. What was it? Well, there's
How
one
about-
with the J word.
You know what?
I don't want to get in trouble though.
One of our boys knew all the racist
Wait.
terms.
I thought it was a G word.
No.
Yeah,
Jews?
No,
No.
the Italians.
Wop.
No.
Guinea Wop.
Yeah, that.
That's one.
Yeah,
There's
that.
Pike.
Y'all are teaching me a bunch of bad words.
That's
But
I
some of
probably
them are
shouldn't
from like
have.
the early 1900s. I heard on Peaky Blinders.
Oh,
Like
I think
Pike,
all,
Guinea
I
Wop.
think all Asians, or was it Chinese?
Zebrahead.
No, Koreans.
Oh, I saw this
No,
clip.
it was Koreans. It was like the C word. I think it's the C word.
Oh, Chinky.
Yeah.
Chinky.
That's Chinese.
Is it? Is it?
Ching.
There was one.
Oh, damn.
You talking about?
Oh, but the reason they call them the G word, G-O-O-K, is because they would say "migook," but that sounds like American. Like
Yeah.
they were saying, and then they're like,
And
"Oh,
we
you're a
just use
gook?"
it against them.
So
Like
like that's Chinese.
yeah.
It's just any
Yeah,
Asian.
think about it. Chinese.
Well,
They
what I'm
started
saying
the
is
Korean
because when
War.
I watched it was an old Bruce Lee like movie.
He was Chinese.
No, yeah, but well, I guess he did use both terms, but he was saying like, yeah, you guys killed my dad in Korea, so that's why I thought it was Korea.
Oh.
I think it might have been from the Korean War that it started, and then it just kind of spread. Because they were saying "migook, migook." I think it's Korean. Because
He's talking about the C word.
what's the C word?
Ching.
Oh, the C
Yeah.
word.
Yeah, that's when he was
Oh.
just like, yeah. But he also said the G word too. He was like, yeah, like the G word and the C word. You know, you guys killed my father in Korea. You know what I'm saying? That's why I thought it was for Koreans.
There was this Keanu Reeves. I don't know what movie it is, but there's this clip that I saw on Instagram where he's like, he's like trying to make a business. He's like Zipperhead and this, but I don't even know what that comes from. Like what is it?
Zipperhead?
Yeah.
I've never heard that either.
Movies were really racist back then, bro. I mean,
Oh, and what's even crazier, like in the 80s, they used to have underage girls naked sometimes. Like Brooke Shields was underage in a movie, naked, in the 80s. And her mom signed off on it. And it was just like...
Well, you know, Hollywood is weird like
Yeah,
that.
Hollywood
I mean,
is
But
crazy.
today that wouldn't...
what do you mean? The Jenner mom?
Huh?
The Jenner mom?
No, an underage girl in a Hollywood movie,
Well,
mainstream, it's not going to happen today. Like
no,
it
yeah,
did in the 80s.
definitely not. Definitely not.
It's gonna be at least 18. They're gonna be 18.
That's just gonna blow up. That's
Yeah.
gonna cause chaos.
but they sexualize the hell out of them.
Yes,
Back in the day,
actual
people didn't really
nudity-
have a say like they do nowadays.
Yeah, that's a good thing about the Me Too movement because it was kind of wild back then. Like,
I mean, yeah.
It was
For the
crazy.
most part, you know, it's probably still
Casting
is. It's
couches
just they
and-
just now they just take it. You know, like they're like,
Yeah.
we got to find a way to hide it now more. Cause I mean, come on, what, like, oh, like all of a sudden, all the pedophiles in Hollywood just are not. They're
No,
not.
no,
Yeah,
of
come
course,
on now,
of course.
come on now, buddy.
Anyways, back to the topic.
Yeah. Welcome to the iPod, welcome to the show. We got knowledge, we got humor, we got stories but no rumors. Vino, Romo, Chris, Tony, Kevin, and special guests like Eddie, Vet, Isaiah, and the rest. Many more to come. Are you ready for the best? Sit back, relax, and enjoy what comes next.